welcome back guys. Bloody sun. I'm just having a bit of time out in the back garden. I've just been doing a bit of prep work, just a bit of marking out, sort of. I'm no builder, I'm no good at marking out, pegging out, whatever you want to call it, but I'm just starting to get rid of string down, just so I can get an idea of whereabouts I'm going to build this QT area. Now, I haven't fully decided on what sort of size I'm going to be wanting this yet. I've got a rough idea, probably about 3,000 to 4,000 litres, something like that. Well, this fish house as well, I want to get in a little tank for my lad, just so he's got somewhere to grow a few fish. I end up having to put these lines across here, this string across front of pond, just so I could get a straight edge, so I can build this square off at front of pond. Oh, but I've got a banging headache today. I've done a water change this morning. Oh yeah, my head's killing. Oh dear. So what we've got across here, so between that peg and that peg, that's, oh god, I can't even remember now. Where's my tape measure? I can't even think straight today. My head's banging. Oh. So I've got 1695 there, and then to end, oh, come on you bastard, to end I've got 2.6. so I've done that a bit wider because there's going to be 140 blocks there, the thickness, so 140 block there to edge of there, down there, and then same with this side, 140 block down there, so the actual internals will be something like 1400, something like that, not far off. And then I've left a bit of space here. The tank itself will be built out 140s, but then the rest of it round here is just going to be 100 mils. They don't need to be anything substantial to build the rest of that out on, so they'll be 100 millers, which will leave me a bit of space inside just to get outside at tank and whatever, yeah, and do whatever I need to do. Right, so I'm going to carry on marking the rest of this out, guys, just to see roughly whereabouts it's going to be, get me square on it. Grab me a couple of paracetamols as well, I reckon, and I'll come back to you. Right then guys and gals, I've finished pegging out. I've had some paracetamols, I feel a lot better. I've had a bacon butty, so job's a good one. So I'll flip camera around and I'll show you what we've got. Right then, so you're just going to have to bear with me a minute. Right, so I've put these blocks here just so I can see the width of it. So that's going to be the inside, obviously, and obviously other wall is going to be there. So by the time we've got some insulation in there and fiberglass, so I'm gonna glass it. So let me get this out a bit more. The internal dimensions of that is 1510, so say probably 25 mil kingspan either side, so that's 50 mil. So yeah, it's going to be about 145, something like that, across, and then lengthwise, obviously this block is going to be to end of here. So if we put that there, lengthwise, we're coming all the way down here to this. Oh bollocks! So we're coming all the way down here. All the way down here, and then that block is going to be so about 325, something like that. It's going to be about 325, but the block is going to be on this side, the facing block, and then so it's going to be, the block's going to be here. So we're going to have an internal dimension. They're about 3 meters, 3 meters long by about just over 1.4. Height wise, I don't know, maybe about here. What's that? About 3 foot, 3.5 foot, something like that. So it's going to be a decent size. This side is going to be for filtration, etc. And a small tank for my young un. You have to excuse me if wind's up a bit. It's blowing a right gale. So yeah, the overall width of the building is gonna be so the building in total is about 490, 4.9 meters overall building. So it's a decent sized building. You know, it's gonna do me well for keeping fish in there. Obviously when I buy new fish, they'll come in and go in there for quarantine. Once they've done quarantine, obviously they'll go into the main pond, or if I want, I can just keep them in there and use it as a grow on until I need to use it as a QT again. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting started with that really. Come payday, which is not long now, only a couple more days, I shall probably work out how many blocks I'm going to need, get blocks ordered, and then it's going to be a matter of starting to do a bit of digging. Yay, favourite job. Not. I'm not going to bother digging too far down into the ground. One, because it's an absolute nightmare. I have to excuse my hair, by the way, I couldn't be arsed this morning. Yeah, underneath my garden it's just solid blue clay. I ain't pissing about. I can't be doing with it, so I'll probably just take topsoil up. Once I hit clay, I'm just gonna chuck some hardcore in, and then concrete on top on it, and that'll do it. It's not gonna go nowhere. That clay, I mean, you know, this estate's been standing for, well, I don't know. It's probably just post World War II. I don't know, to be honest with you. But this ground, it's compact as you like on these back gardens. That blue clay is moving nowhere. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. I ain't digging too far down. I shall just hardcore on top of blue clay and then concrete over. Right, welcome back guys. Today is Saturday. I haven't done it for a couple of days. It's not really had time from work and that, so today no work this weekend, so I thought I'd make a few minor tweaks here and there on the overall dimensions as to what it's actually going to be, and squaring it all up properly, because it wasn't quite square as was kindly pointed out to me by Mr. Surikoi. Cheers Stu for pointing out my faults. Yeah, Stu come up, had a look at it. He noticed it weren't square. To be honest, I thought it probably won't be square. What I actually did was I squared it up with me pergola and that, but when you looked at it from bottom of the garden, it looked a right twat. But I've had my laser on it. It's all nice and square now, so I'll spin you around. So now you get a better idea as to where things are going to go. So obviously this is going to be the pond area. I'll just start with, I know I've put dimensions in, but total length is going to be 5.8 or 5.8 to 6 meters, something like that. The width is 2.5. The actual pond dimensions, it's 3 meters long by 1.5 wide. So this is going to be all spare room that I'm going to have inside the building, so I can get downside at pond and what have you. In front, well, you've seen front drawings, but there's going to be a window above it, not an in-pond window. There's just going to be a normal double glazed unit above it to let light in. There's going to be a farmer's grow on light above it to help fish with their colouring, etc. This bit here, this bit's going to be the doorway, so this is where you're going to walk in. This bit is going to be divided off. That's going to be a dividing wall there with another doorway here, because this section is going to be for my lad. He's going to have a nice decent tank in here for him to grow a few little fish in and whatnot. This area is 1 meter wide, so I don't know, I'll probably do this 1 meter by 1 meter. He'll have a nice little 1,000 litre tank for him to have a play about with, something like that. So yeah, it's coming on, guys. Now it's all marked out properly, I can actually start excuse me, I can actually start getting some digging done. Like I say, I'm not pouring a slab, I can't be arsed. Plus it's a nightmare getting concrete round here. It were a nightmare when we did main pond, and we ended up barring it all round. An absolute nightmare. We could have a pump, but I can't be arsed. I'd sooner just dig some footings. Footings don't need to be out major for this, you know, for what's going to sit on it. So I'll just dig some footings, concrete them, and then the pond will, obviously the basic pond will be concreted, and my lad's tank will be concreted, and then the rest on it I'll do whatever I want. Get oak grass and everything up, take some soil up, and chuck some hardcore in, and I don't know after that, do what I want. I suppose I'll put some slabs on it, whatever, I don't know, we'll see. There's plenty of time to make decisions on it. So yeah, it'll just, whatever happens with it will happen. I'll just go with flow. I've got no particular plans in mind for it apart from the overall layout of it. So yeah, whatever happens with it will happen with it. Now we've got a few things here. Food, that's one thing. I had that delivered this morning. I'm trying new food out for this season. I've heard very good things about it. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it's not a new food. It has been out for some time now. But if I'm not mistaken, I believe that FD Food is produced by the same chap that formulated Sake Akari before he split and branched off on his own. Well, I stand to be corrected on that, but we shall see. I'm not afraid to try new things. Sake has done me very good over the past couple of seasons, but I'm not afraid to try new things. The main thing I liked about this was look, obviously, you know, it's made with quality ingredients. Some might say that the ingredients are even better quality than sake, but you know, I don't know enough about that to comment on that. But we shall see anyway. But the main thing I liked about this is the content. The protein content wasn't as high, where sake, it's got quite an extreme protein content, which is alright if you're growing young Tosai, but for myself personally, that's got like Nisai and Sansai, I don't want to be chucking too much protein down them when they can only digest a certain amount anyway. But this has got 36% protein, which is a nice number. Also, the other thing that I liked about this was the ash content wasn't too high. So the ash content is I believe is the amount of undigestible food, I believe. So the higher the ash content, say if you feed 100 grams of food and it's got, I don't know, an ash content of say 20% or something like that, then 20 grams of that 100 what you've fed won't be able to be digested. That's my understanding on it. I stand to be corrected on it, but well, yeah, that's what I believe. But yeah, I'm looking forward to using it. I am. Like I say, I'm not afraid to try new things, so we shall give it a go and see what results we get with that. Thanks to the guys at Shoshikoi. Mike and Lee got that out to me pretty promptly. The very good customer service at Shosha. I've had me 2 fish from them guys as well, what's coming in the spring. Yeah, and just overall great customer service from them guys. A massive congrats to them as well for their achievements what they had at the All Japan Koi show. I think they had a first prize. I think it was the 35 boo category, I think it was. Got first in that with a beautiful Tancho Goshki. I think they got a third in the 55 boo category with a Kohaku, I think it was. And I think it was a third in the 45 boo category with a Beppu Sankey. I'd have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But overall, for the first entry into All Japan Koi show as Shoshikoi, I think that's fantastic, so well done to Mike and Lee for that. But yeah, anyway guys, what I want to do now is just see where this is going to go. Now, this is a 4-inch sump bottom drain, but if I just take this off, I'll come back. Hold on guys. Right, so what I'm actually going to be doing with this is I'm not going to be fitting the dome on it. I'm going to be having a grate sat on top on it, what Scott from Koiponics has knocked up. He makes grates for bottom drains as well as easy pod caps. So this, like I say, it's a 4-inch drain, but I'm not going to be running it in 4-inch. I'm reducing it down to 3. It doesn't need to be a 4-inch drain. It's only going to be about 4,000 litres. I don't need a 4-inch drain in it. So this is going to go there, roughly in the middle, obviously. And then obviously we have a reducer what will sit into it, like so. Obviously it'll be pushed in once it's all glued up, and then I've got this length of 3-inch pipe which will come all the way along here, up and then into the filter. Now the filter, I am not made my mind up fully on yet. It's either going to be an easy pod, or I'm going to make myself one out of just one of them like trolley bin things, you know, like them bins what they have in pubs and stuff like that, for bottles and what have you. And if I can get a decent size one of them, then I might just make myself one. I suppose just like an homemade Nexus sort of thing, an inner chamber and an outer chamber. But we'll see. Because one thing I do want to be able to do with this, obviously, is I want to be able to get the feed into them. Now, obviously, we're an easy pod. I think they only hold 18 litres of K1. You can put more into them, but yeah, you still, for me, to get the feed rates in and get the food down, I'm going to need more bile than that. So I think when it comes to it, I probably will end up making my own with a lot more K1 inside it, so I can get the feed into it as well. But we shall see. Like I say, we're nowhere near that point yet. So decisions such as that will happen as and when they need making. I'm in no particular rush to make decisions like that. The only other decision that I have made, what's definitely going to be happening, the pond itself is obviously all this is going to be heated. So once all the block walls are up and everything, it's going to be studded out on top, and then all the voids are going to be insulated, and then it's all going to be cladded out, etc. To make it hold its heat. And then the pond itself is going to be heated. I'm going to put one of them Thermatec minis on it, one of them Thermatec air source heat pumps, the mini ones, probably the 5 kilowatt. I mean, for what they are, I mean, I don't know if you've looked at them, but for what they are, for indoor projects such as this, they absolutely bang on. I mean, the 4 kilowatt one is only 450 quid, and I think the 5 kilowatt one is 550 quid. But to be honest with you, for price on them, they bang on little units. Something else I need to get done as well. I'm going to need to get water and electricity into here. So what I'm going to have to end up doing is my water and electricity supplies, what come up the garden, are under here. So I'm going to end up having to dig a channel all the way down there into here, dig a channel all the way in. I'll have to duct it, put some pipe in to duct it with an upstand, so I can thread some 20mm aquathene down and some armoured cable what will run like I say, all the way down here in ground, and then I'll dig it up here, tee into water main, and put a waterproof underground junction box specifically designed for armoured cable. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening, guys. That's the planning of it. But like I say, now it's all marked out. I can do what I need to get done now. I can start digging the footings out, and then once that's done, it don't take me long to dig footings out. I get my missus on it. She's an absolute beast when she gets going with shovel. Yeah. Once they're all dug out, I can get them filled in with concrete and then start building. So that's going to be about it, guys. These dudes are all doing well. Right, that's going to be it, guys. I'm off. I'm going to have a clean up, and then get ready to watch football in a bit. So I'll catch you in a bit, guys. See you later.